Have you ever stopped to think that there is something more in you? Something that goes beyond what others can perceive? Sometimes you feel a deep connection, as if you know something before it happens, as if you are being guided by something greater, right? If you have experienced this, you may be one of the chosen. The chosen are people with a unique sensitivity, who pick up energies and signals that most do not notice. Your intuition is not just a skill, but a true connection to a larger plan. It is not something you chose, but something you were born with, and throughout your life, you have increasingly noticed how this distinguishes you. In this video, we will explore 11 signs that only those with this keen perception can experience. They are experiences that others do not understand, but that make total sense to you. If you see yourself in any of these situations, know that you are just beginning to understand the size of your gift. This is your moment. Keep watching to understand even more about what it means to be chosen and how you can strengthen this connection. And if this video made sense to you, be sure to follow the channel. The journey of the chosen is just beginning, and you are not alone. You know when someone is lying. Your intuition is a powerful ability, capable of perceiving what is not said. When talking to someone, you feel a disconnection between what the person says and the energy they exude. Even without concrete evidence, you know that something is not right. This happens because your perception goes beyond words, and you feel the truth in the subtext. This ability is common among the chosen. You perceive nuances that most cannot catch, such as the tension in a speech or the lack of sincerity in a smile. Dishonesty is like a wrong vibration in the middle of a conversation, something you simply feel. Often this ability puts you in uncomfortable situations, as you may perceive something that others do not yet see. But over time you learn to trust your perception. Even if no one believes you, your intuition is your greatest ally in navigating a world where the truth is not always clear. You feel the presence of people even before they manifest. It's as if you have an invisible connection with the people around you. You sense when someone is thinking of you, even before the person makes any move. This phenomenon, to many, seems like magic or coincidence, but for you, it is something completely natural. Your energy is capable of picking up the vibration of people before they physically show themselves. It is an extra sense that you possess, the ability to perceive intentions, feelings, and even thoughts from those around you. You feel that someone is about to reach out to you, and when it happens, it is not a surprise, but a confirmation of something you already knew. This can be disconcerting at times, but it is one of the most evident ways that your energy and that of others intertwine. When you recognize this power, you begin to use it more consciously, guided by an intuition that knows before anything else what is to come. Crowds and public places drain your energy. If you are sensitive to the energies around you, you know how difficult it is to be in busy places. Crowds can leave you exhausted in an inexplicable way. The energy of so many people, all at different frequencies, can create chaos within you, leaving you tired, irritated, or even powerless. As someone highly intuitive, your sensitivity extends to the energy of other people. When in a crowded environment, you start to absorb those energies, like a sponge. This can be extremely exhausting, and often you need time alone to recharge. For the chosen, this type of social interaction can be challenging, as it feels like being immersed in an ocean of others' emotions. The secret is to learn to protect your energy and find ways to recharge after these moments. This can be done by seeking quiet places or engaging in activities that help restore your balance. Your dreams have a deep meaning and often become reality. Dreams have always been a doorway to the unconscious. But for you, they are more than just simple night images. You experience vivid dreams, which not only seem real, but often reveal themselves as premonitions. It is as if your mind is connected to something beyond the physical plane, transmitting messages that guide your decisions in daily life. These dreams are not random, nor are they the result of a restless mind. They have a deep purpose and are one of the ways your intuition communicates with you. You may dream of something specific, such as an event or a person, and weeks later, that manifests in your reality. This happens because your perception of time and space is different. You can pick up signals from the future through your unconscious. Often, you wake up with a sense of déjà vu, as if what you saw in the dream had already happened. This can be disconcerting, but it is one of the great gifts you have. Your dreams are maps that indicate the next steps, alerts to paths you should follow or avoid. Over time, you begin to recognize these signs and learn to trust more in the wisdom of your subconscious. You do not need to understand everything right away. Sometimes the messages come in mysterious ways, but with time, everything starts to make sense. And when you begin to live these experiences in the real world, it is as if the cycle closes. Your dreams have power, and you are beginning to perceive this more clearly. You absorb the emotions of others. Being highly empathetic is one of the characteristics of the chosen. You not only perceive others' emotions, but feel them in an intense way, as if they were your own. Being near sad or anxious people can affect you deeply, to the point that you might doubt whether you are carrying their feelings or your own. This can be confusing, especially when you cannot clearly distinguish what is yours and what belongs to others. Your empathy goes beyond mental understanding. You truly experience the emotions of others on a visceral level. You might enter a place and feel a tension in the air, or while talking to someone, pick up on an unspoken sadness. This happens because you have the ability to feel what is happening in people's hearts. You are in tune with the emotional energies around you, and this can be both a gift and a challenge. This ability, while powerful, can be exhausting, especially in environments where there is a lot of negativity or stress. You tend to absorb these emotions like a sponge, and this can leave you drained. It is essential to learn to protect yourself emotionally and to separate what is yours from what belongs to others. Finding time to disconnect and rebalance is crucial for your emotional health. However, this empathy also makes you a beacon of healing for others. Your presence can be comforting for those who are suffering because, in some way, you understand what people are going through, even without words. This puts you in a unique position to help and support those around you. Electronics and lights malfunction near you. If you have noticed that electronics fail or lights flicker when you are around, it is not just coincidence. Your energy has a unique intensity that can interfere with the technology around you. This happens because you possess a stronger energy field than usual, and it can affect the functionality of electronic devices. Light failures, devices malfunctioning, or unstable Wi-Fi are clear signs that your energy is acting upon the environment. It may seem strange or even frustrating, but for you, it is just an extension of who you are. Your vibration is so powerful that it impacts even the operation of devices. This can happen frequently, especially when you are in an intense emotional state, whether from joy, stress, or any other strong sensation. The energies you emit interact with the environment and with the devices around you. In many cases, these technological failures can happen without explanation. But for you, it is already a predictable occurrence. While this may be a bit annoying, it is also a sign that you are connected to a broader and subtler energy. Your vibration is higher than that of most people, which allows you to interfere at levels that others cannot. Over time, you learn to deal with this, and even benefit from this energetic connection. When you understand the reason behind these phenomena, you begin to see them as an extension of your own strength. Animals and children connect quickly with you. If you have noticed that animals and children are attracted to your presence, this is not just a coincidence. They have a unique sensitivity to pick up on the energy of the people around them, and you emanate a vibration that instantly draws them in. Dogs, cats, even birds and other animals often approach you with an inexplicable trust. The same happens with small children who, without any filter, recognize your energy as pure and welcoming. Animals, in general, are very sensitive to the energies that circulate around you. They are not influenced by words or the mental intentions of a person. What they feel is the pure energy that emanates from each being. When you are nearby, they do not feel fear, discomfort, or tension. On the contrary, they feel a type of safety that is difficult to explain, as if they recognize something familiar and secure in you. The same goes for small children. They do not have the cognitive barriers that adults possess, and their perception of energy is much more open. When a child runs into your arms or smiles for no apparent reason, it is because they are feeling the purity of your presence. There are no disguises or camouflages, just an honest and genuine connection with your essence. This ability is a reflection of your energy, which is seen as pure, comforting, and strong. For animals and children who are not concerned with social masks or what seems to be, what matters is what you transmit on an energetic level. Therefore, if you have this ability to attract these beings, it is a clear sign that you are in tune with your true essence, and your energy resonates positively and warmly with those who are more sensitive. Over time, you learn to use this connection to calm, heal, and help others simply by the energy you emit. Your presence is more powerful than you imagine, as it is felt deeply by those who have the capacity to perceive beyond the physical. You have a keen perception of the spiritual world. For many people, the spiritual world is something abstract, distant, or even immeasurable. But for you, it is real, tangible, and part of your daily life. Your spiritual perception goes beyond beliefs or religions. It is a direct connection to other dimensions that most cannot access. You have visions, intuitions, and even direct communications with loved ones or spiritual guides. For you, these experiences are not exceptions, but part of your everyday reality. Since childhood, you may have felt that something was beyond what the eyes could see. You perceive signs, such as a feeling of invisible presences, whispers in moments of silence, or even the vision of spiritual images in dreams or during meditation. As you grow, this ability intensifies, and you begin to realize that these experiences are not just random, but part of a deeper and more meaningful process. When you have a vision, it is as if your perception is elevated to another level. It is not merely a fleeting image, but a clear message that you feel in your soul. Sometimes these signs come through synchronicities, such as repeated numbers or events that seem to happen by chance, but that actually have a profound meaning for you. Your connection to the spiritual is so strong that you do not need concrete proof to believe. Moreover, you may communicate directly with your spiritual guides or loved ones who have passed away. They may appear in your dreams or even in moments of deep meditation, offering advice, guidance, or even alerts. For you, this is normal because you feel that you have always been in touch with these planes. This ability can be intense and at times challenging, but it is also one of the greatest gifts you possess, a direct communication with the spiritual that guides and protects you. you feel distortions of time and space. Have you ever found yourself thinking that time seemed to pass faster or slower than normal? Perhaps you have lived moments when a simple minute felt like an eternity, or conversely, hours passed in seconds. This happens because your perception of time and space is different from that of most people. For you, time is not linear, and the physical rules that everyone follows do not apply in the same way. These time distortions are signs that your consciousness is operating at an elevated level beyond the physical limitations that define everyday reality. When you are immersed in a moment of great emotional or spiritual intensity, your perception of time alters. You may enter a state of deep meditation, where the clock seems to stop, or in an activity that you truly love, time simply disappears. This happens because your consciousness is floating between different dimensions, where time does not follow the same logic. These moments of time distortion can be disconcerting, but they are clear signs that you are in tune with a higher energy. Your body and mind are capable of transitioning through different states of consciousness, allowing you to experience the world in a broader way. Often, this is seen as a spiritual or transcendental experience, where you feel you are beyond matter and connected to something infinite. Understanding these time distortions is an important step in accepting that you are not limited by conventional rules. Your ability to transcend time and space is one of the manifestations of your gift. And as you delve deeper into this experience, you become more aware of how your energy influences what is around you, creating a flow of life where perception goes far beyond what others can understand. You feel that you belong to a greater purpose, different from others. From an early age, you felt that your life had a distinct purpose, something that others could not understand. Sometimes, this feeling of not belonging can be disconcerting. You do not fit into social expectations, norms, or even the beliefs shared by most of the people around you. But this feeling is not a sign of failure. It is evidence that you are in tune with something greater. You know, deep down, that your journey is not common, that you have been called to something different, something grand. Most people follow a path that has been laid out for them by society, school, work, family, successes and failures. But for you, this path seems to reflect a system that does not resonate with your essence. What others see as normal may be something that for you makes no sense. You feel that you need to go beyond, to explore horizons that others do not even know exist. Your mission, no matter how confusing or lonely it may seem, lies on a deeper level, where your soul feels a calling that is difficult to explain in words. You often wonder why it is so hard to connect with other people. Why, despite your efforts, it seems there is an invisible barrier between you and the world around you. This happens because your vision is unique, and the beliefs that guide your life are often different from those that prevail in your community. You were designed to follow your own path, and this is something that only the chosen can understand. The feeling of not fitting in is, in fact, a sign that you are on a unique journey. Often you feel that you are being guided by a greater force, as if you are on a mission, and this mission can be challenging to understand, even for yourself. But it is this feeling of being in tune with a greater purpose that drives you to move forward, even when doubts arise. Your journey may seem solitary, but you are never truly alone. The universe conspires in your favor, even when the people around you do not understand your choices. You feel that you have something great to contribute, and this goes beyond any recognition or external validation. When you connect with this purpose, something within you ignites, and you know you are exactly where you need to be. You need solitude to recharge your energy. Most people need social interactions to feel energized. They thrive on the presence of others, the exchanges, the conversations, and the laughter. But for you, the scenario is different. You realize that your energy gets depleted after long periods in busy environments or surrounded by other people. The commotion around you drains your strength, and it is in moments of solitude that you truly recharge. This desire to be alone is not a reflection of loneliness or a lack of desire for connection. On the contrary, it is a deep reflection of the need to reconnect with your own essence. When you are in the company of others, especially in large groups, you start to notice the energetic overload. The emotions of other people, their words, and even their energies can affect you in ways that you cannot control, leaving your mind and body tired and overwhelmed. Solitude is necessary time for you to process everything you have experienced. During this alone time, your energy is restored, and you find the space to clarify your thoughts and feelings. This moment of introspection is not merely a desire to be silent, but a necessity for your mental and spiritual health. You use this time to reconnect with your inner energy, to understand and integrate life experiences. It is in this space that you find balance. You may even feel guilty for needing so much time alone. Society often sees solitude as a negative thing or something to be avoided. But for you, being alone does not mean being lacking. It means being in tune with your deepest self. You need this time to understand your emotions, process information, and re-establish your spiritual connection. Solitude is not a punishment or an escape, but an essential practice for your existence. When you step away from the external world, you can hear your intuition more clearly, feel your connection to the divine, and your life mission more deeply. Without these pauses, your energy begins to disperse, and you lose touch with your true strength. Therefore, it is important that you allow yourself these periods of retreat. They are fundamental to your emotional and spiritual well-being. If you recognized yourself in any of these signs throughout this video, know that this is not a coincidence. These moments of deep perception, these abilities you possess, are clear evidence that you are a chosen one, someone with a greater purpose. Sometimes this path may seem lonely or difficult to understand, but the truth is that you carry within you a powerful spiritual compass that guides you to a unique destination. The sensitivity you have, which many around you may not comprehend, is, in fact, your greatest strength. While others are focused on the immediate, on the tangible, you have the ability to perceive the invisible, to feel what is beyond the surface. It is this ability to see beyond what the eyes can see that makes you special. The world needs people like you, those who are not afraid to feel deeper, to question, and to follow a path that is often not the easiest, but is the truest. You are not here by chance. Every experience, every feeling you have, is part of a much larger process that connects you to your true purpose. The fact that you feel you have something unique to offer the world is a reflection of your inner calling. Often, this calling may be silent or hard to hear, but it will always be there, guiding you, even in the most challenging moments. Continue listening to your intuition, even when the world tries to silence it. It is your direct connection to the purpose that brought you here. By following this inner voice, you align with the truth that resides in your heart, and it is there that the true magic happens. When you embrace this path, even without knowing where it will lead you, you begin to realize that everything you need is already within you. No matter how much the world around you attempts to convince you otherwise, you know that you are following a unique journey. And by doing so, you become not only an observer of the world, but a true transformer. Believe you have been chosen for something great, and the best is yet to come. Follow your intuition, trust your purpose, and remember, you are a fundamental part of something greater.